Hello and welcome to Great News WCDS Episode 10. Hard to believe we are at a decade's worth of episodes. I think that's correct. Speaking of which, let's come correct right to preschool. What better way to celebrate the snow outside than to make snowy scenes inside? Here, Clara is creating a winter wonderland. On Thursday, the class read Snowman's Big Job, using clues to guess the snowman's job. Then they learned about spheres, noting that snowmen and snowballs are both spheres. Next week, they will read Sphere and Loathing in Las Vegas. Some of the kids stayed outside a little too long. Luckily, Hunter came inside before frostbite set in. In junior kindergarten, JK read the book Snow Globe Family by Jane O'Connor, imagining what it's like to live in a snow globe. They then explored 4 winter activities, creating a fizzy Arctic scene with baking soda, saving animals from icy waters, playing with a big tub of snowball while wearing mittens, not represented in that photograph, and making their own version of the Northern Lights with ice cubes and watercolors. Henry also took some time to show the class what he learned at the David Blaine TED Talk. Spooky. With it being so cold outside, senior kindergarten went in the opposite direction and made things hot, hot, hot. This week, the class became volcanologists, learning about volcanoes, including the ones that erupt daily and others that erupt once every 10,000 years. They created their own volcanoes using salt dough, forming it around mini water bottles and painting them. On Friday, they made their volcanoes erupt using 3 simple ingredients and sent the volcanoes home for more eruptions. If you listen closely, you can hear the shouts of glee from the parents on that one. In first grade explored non-standard measurement, learning that anything of the same size can be used to measure something else, like cubes, paper clips, and even polar bears. For example, I found out that when I stand next to a polar bear, I am in grave danger. They compared the heights and weights of classroom items using new vocabulary like shorter, longer, heavier, and lighter, which, incidentally, is the name of Daft Punk's follow-up to their song Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. In second grade, pizza, pizza. Avoid the Noid. No one out-pizzas the hut. Well, it turns out second grade does. They made their very own pizzas for kids in the kitchen based on some of the games they play in the morning. They also finished their model of the solar system, so the next logical step is to start to explore the furthest reaches of our universe for signs of life. Bon voyage, second grade. In third grade, not many people know this, but third grade's heat went out midweek, but luckily Mrs. Kramer was around to teach the kids how to build a fire, so they were mighty toasty all week long. When they needed a break from the smoke inhalation, they ventured outside to make watercolor art in the snow with Mr. K. Also, this shovel was standing up all by itself. Magic. David Blaine again. In fourth grade, the eggs are here! The eggs are here! Omelets for everyone! Oh, wait, I'm being told the eggs have been fertilized, which means there are little chickies in there. Like this one. Students got a first-hand look inside the eggs using the egg candlers they made last week. When some of the groups found their light wasn't bright enough, they didn't give up. They collaborated on possible solutions and modified their candlers to improve the results. By day 5, they could see the blood vessels, the developing eye, and even some movement. And here are 2 pictures that have nothing to do with chickens or eggs. Told you. In 5th grade, as 5th continues on the Oregon Trail, tragedy continues to strike as bones get broken. Luckily, Miss Mimi and Miss Aslan are trained prairie nurses and were able to set the broken bones. Even more luckily, they serve Philly cheesesteak at an outpost along the trail. Yay. In middle school, 6th grade learned more about perspective and point of view. As an extension, the class was split into 2 groups. One group was told they would be real estate agents, and the other group was told they would be burglars. Then they listened to the same story about a house. They were to write as many details as they could remember about the story from the perspective of agents or burglars. Then each group had to guess the other group's role. That explains why some of my Van Gogh paintings were missing from my house. This week, 8th grade students built a foundational vocabulary in genetics and DNA. The new vocabulary learned will be key next week as they create DNA models and review concepts. It's only a matter of time before they bring back some dinosaurs. I'm a dinosaur. Bzzz. The first round of the spelling bee is over. These 8 kiddos will be moving on to the semifinal round. Congratulations to the following winners. From 3rd grade, Taya and Willa. From 5th grade, Connor B. and Helena. In 7th grade, Tesla, Trennan, and Logan. And in 8th grade, Adrian. Good luck as you move to the next round. And with that, we have reached whoops-a-daisy, our kind kid shout out. Oh no, there we go. All right. Kind kids shout out. These are the kids who go above and beyond the call of duty to be as kind and helpful as they can around campus. And we got a couple this week, and they are Vinny Caruso from 4th grade and Bo Yanko from 3rd grade. Both were nominated by Mrs. B for their assistance and teamwork. Mrs. Wallace nominated Preston Gregory in 5th grade because he baked cakes to take to the soup kitchen when 5th visits for their MLK Day of Service. And in preschool, Mrs. Wally nominated Atticus Nelson for being helpful to teachers. And that just goes to show that you're never too young to be kind. And we have reached our words of wisdom. Our words of wisdom this week come from Maya Angelou. Do the best you can until you know better. Then, when you know better, do better. And with that in mind, now that I know better, I will do better next time. Have a great week. That's our news, and be safe out there. Goodbye.